Welcome back to the official CABSAT podcast powered by Northtelecom. Joining me now is Joe Ogden, who is the audio product manager at Provision AVL.
Yes.
Welcome, Joe.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So why don't you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Provision AVL?
So, like you said, my name is Joe. I've been doing audio in the region for just over 10 years with a few different companies. I've been at Provision AVL for about a year and a half now as the audio product manager. We do a variety of things, from a lot of rigging, motors, staging, lighting, audio, and some video as well. Yeah. We have recently got on a new audio brand, which is great for me, from D&B in Germany. So we're really happy about that. And yeah, over the past kind of 5-6 years, we've been really trying to step it up with getting the biggest brands that we can. Yeah. So we basically are a distributor, and then we help some of our integrators with some integration sometimes as well, because we have really well trained guys for the rigging side especially, and the lighting side. So we sometimes help our integrators with some integration as well.
Okay, great. So what are you introducing here at CABSAT in terms of products and services this year?
So we're mainly showcasing our top end brands that we've acquired over the last couple of years. Like I said, D&B is one of them. We're showcasing our SSL audio consoles in studio and in live events. And then for the lighting, we have the likes of ETC and GLP. And then, of course, Area 4 Middle East with our, trussing and motors like XC chain hoists, Litec, and ProLight truss and staging. That's the main bulk of it. Yeah, we always try and strive to have the highest quality products that we can, and we've managed to finally get on the highest quality audio product that we can recently. So we're mainly showcasing that, I would say.
Okay, great. So what are some of the unique challenges and opportunities you see in the market regionally and globally?
So I would say a huge thing in this region especially is about the education side of things. Just educating not only for us, like the integrators or the event owners, but also, procurement teams, not just necessarily trying to get something that's, cheaper within the budget, but something that actually meets the standards of what they want to achieve. Yeah. So a lot of it is, trying to build up really good relationships with our clients, to be able to not just offer them some speakers or some lights that they can just use and it'll be okay, but to work with them on a much closer approach to be able to help them design something that will work really well for them and tick all the boxes for them. Yeah. We would prefer not to sell you something that is not really what you need just because the budget's there. Yeah. So I think a lot of the time it's education, just educating people on the products, especially with rigging side of things. It's safety is involved, right? So obviously all of our trussing and motors, they are all certified from European standards. Okay. And just trying to encourage people to not buy cheaper products where it could involve safety, especially when you've got lots of truss like we have at this event hanging above many thousands of people's heads as they're walking past. And so I think education is probably the main thing that we try and strive for. And in terms of opportunity, I mean, it's still a growing industry. The country itself is still growing very, very fast. Yeah. There's always a new project around the corner. We've now set up our own company as well in Saudi last year. Okay. So we'll have our over the next couple months, we'll have a showroom and office in Riyadh. Yeah. I mean, obviously Saudi is becoming a really big market as well. So for us, it's looking at where the opportunity is, trying to find it and trying to educate people on that. Okay.
I guess you also touched on my next question, which is how your services and products cater to these challenges and opportunities. But I really like this whole education part. How challenging is that, educating the market?
So to be honest with you, people want education. Yeah. And the last couple of years, we've been implementing that. Started off smaller, and we're seeing a lot of, we did a ProLight training, which is the rigging brand that we have.
Yeah.
And it filled up within a day, a three-day training program with 25 people per one, and it filled up straight away. So there's definitely a need for it, and I think people want to learn more.
Okay.
So we're, last year we did some SSL training as well, and luckily SSL support us heavily, and most of our brands do, on helping us facilitate that education.
Yeah.
Obviously training us and our staff up, but then also training other people in the industry. We're going to be doing a lot more training over the next coming year. We're putting a schedule together of all the different trainings we want to do, so people should be able to know what's coming up in the calendar and be able to sign up to it with months in advance. But I think there's a need for it and a want for it. And I think people do genuinely want to come and learn more, especially with the great brands that we have with D&B, SSL, GLP, ETC.
Yeah.
And they've actually, so D&B have now got like a new person on board, and their whole job is actually training in the region.
Okay.
So that's helpful for us. And same with ETC. ETC have a location here that they do trainings in their own studio. Yep. They do trainings at our place as well. So I think it's, people want it. So we're going to try and do it as much as we can.
Okay, great. I guess my final question would be, what do you hear people talking about this year at CABSAT?
Well, obviously, we're more AV for the events, for studios. And there is obviously a lot of kind of broadcast stuff here as well.
Yeah.
But it's been really great seeing some of the broadcast people come over to us and want to learn more about what we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of it is people just like kind of going back to the education. People just see, we've got a really big 32 channel SSL origin in there.
Oh.
And it's a bit of a piece, a centerpiece.
Yeah.
So people come in and they just want to, oh, what's this? And then we got some speakers out. People want to hear it. People want to see our lighting. We've got a little lighting show that we put together. And I think people are just interested to build relationships, to learn more about the products. And at the end of the day, we're all working towards the same goal, right? We're all working to build something, to build our businesses, but then also help with our clients. And I think everyone's kind of got, like I said, a similar goal to work together to be able to do that. If there's a product that we don't have, it'll be great to have a relationship with someone here, maybe more in broadcast, that we can go, hey, we've got a client approach us. We've got some speakers for them, but we don't have the broadcast equipment. Yeah. Let's partner together. So I think a lot of that is just building those relationships, not just with, the consumer, the end consumer, but the other companies here, the business to business stuff. So I think, for us, it's been a lot of that, just meeting people and old faces, new faces, and figuring out how we can all work together to achieve what we need to achieve.
Yeah. Yeah, I've sensed that there's a lot more collaboration happening across all the industries. So there's that need for collaboration.
Definitely. And because it's like a newer market, in comparison to when you look at Europe or America, it's still growing, and there's room for everyone, I think. So I don't think we should be fighting each other. I think we should be working together to not just grow it for our own businesses, but grow it for the industry in general.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Joe, for taking time out of your very busy schedule.
Thank you.
And I wish you a great show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.